Welcome back, you guys, to the Kabas podcast.
Kabas,
My name is
Kabas.
Mabsoot.
هلا بالمبسوط هلا
Hala bitch. What's up,
هلا
Khalil?
بيك Let's start off hot because this is something related to what we talked about in our last episode. Woman who
Yeah.
made 37,000 euros a week selling farts has been hospitalized for trying to fart too much.
I mean, the business was in high demand.
Listen, man, I respect the
And-
hustle صراحة بس إنه you don't gotta fart too much. 37,000 euros a week, bro. Don't you think that at some point you was like, I'm doing fine. I'm doing well at life. Like, I don't need to fart
I
more.
don't need to fart more. I'm farting just the right amount to keep me alive and
my
well fed.
How do you explain that on your CV? Like,
I fart for money.
and then you'll be like, ha ha ha, no, what do you really do? And she'll be like,
Would you like to see my products? I got them with me.
oh my god. Please, no. Do not force your canned farts. Smah. She said, I remember within one day, I had about 3 protein shakes and a huge bowl of black bean soup. I could tell that something was not right that evening. when I was lying in bed and I could feel a pressure in my stomach moving upward.
Haram, man. Like,
Dude.
once it becomes your thing, you have a huge pressure
Can I
on,
just
like,
say that was
the
her
amount of
official
farts.
statement to the media. That was her official statement to the press.
Haram.
Oh my god. Do you want to hear some good news from around the world?
Sure.
Cannabis buds and flowers will be legalized in Thailand. So the good people of Thailand.
How is that good news? Allah yahdik, Khalil.
Anyway, okay.
Repent.
Okay. Malta becomes the first country in Europe to make recreational weed legal.
طب Malta when?
Malta شو?
When are we going to Malta?
Honestly,
Where is
listen,
Malta anyway?
اسمع ما حكذب عليك. I have no idea where Malta is. But they say تعرفنا our relationship is based on honesty. أنا ما بحب كذب عليك مبسوط. But they said the first European country, so I guess it's you. Like, listen, I tripled your salary to be our
Context
fact checker.
clues.
I tripled your salary for you to be our fact checker. So
خلص تكرم عينك. Population 515,000 بس العمى.
يلا شك.
It's
شوف
an
شو وضعك.
island.
It's an island, boy.
It's an island below Italy.
Of course, we knew that.
Yeah, بشيل يلا.
Do you remember this old meme? One day I go to Malta to big hotel.
Oh, yeah.
What was the thing back home? I don't know.
There is sheet on the table.
There is sheet on the table. I miss that. Remember when
I
that
need to
was?
sheet.
Remember that when that was the pinnacle of humor?
Hey. The golden days of WhatsApp.
Dude, I remember when we used to share like funny clips like that on CDs and USBs. I actually remember that. I remember putting like 5 images and 30 seconds of a song on a floppy disk because that's all it could take. I remember those days. Now try explaining what a floppy disk is, bro, to a Gen Z. You'll be like, is that like a mini iPod? Like, what is it? Like,
It's the save icon
where's
on your document.
Oh my god, that's so true. That it literally is the same icon. It's insane. And by the way, have you ever noticed that once when you unlock your iPhone and when you lock it, it's the exact same. No, it's not the exact same, but it's the sound of an actual locking and unlocking. The next time you do it,
There are several times of locks.
no, like the hard lock, like the actual lock, the one you do with
Okay.
the luggage lock. I don't know. I mean, the one you use it to on gates, not Bill Gates.
On
That's
gates.
another type of lock. That's a lockdown.
Wow. Apple phones going at Bill Gates. Conspiracy theories only on Kabas
Wow.
Pod.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense. For this part of the podcast, I am joined by financial and cryptocurrency expert and side side hustle nurse,
Side hustle nurse.
part-time nurse, Muhammad Mabsoot. Mabsoot, thank you so much for being here and for joining us on the Kabas podcast. What are your thoughts and ideology and your, expert advice and opinion on the longevity of NFTs and their existence?
Okay, I'm gonna introduce you to Khalil. Okay, so
Do it.
hello and welcome to the part of the Kabas podcast where we discuss actual shit and we want to inform you guys and keep you updated about what's going on in the world. I am joined by Khalil Bahlawan, the NFT collector slash philanthropist slash creator of the whole metaverse. Hello, Khalil.
Hi, Mabsoot. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for making some time for this podcast, man. We have like 50 views.
It's a pleasure to be here. Honestly, it's a pleasure to be here. I had to take time out of my very busy schedule, investing and buying and selling and flipping NFTs.
Can't you?
It sounds like I couldn't keep it up. It sounded like a burger. I was like investing, flipping. The minute I said flipping NFTs, I was like, I think I'm kind of hungry.
I was just gonna say, like, can't you do that shit from your phone? عم
Oh
تضحك
my
علي.
Oh my god.
Anyway, on today's podcast,
One a day, we're going to
it's
Malta.
not just it's not just shits and giggles. Today we are going to actually talk about NFTs.
Yes, this is something that I really
And,
wanted to discuss since the last episode, and I wanted to give it its own basically. I want to give it its own royalty on our podcast because
Yes,
I
because that shit's fucked up. Honestly, I mean,
exactly. And we're just gonna
but
be.
do you know what you're doing?
No,
you know what you're
absolutely
doing?
not. Absolutely not.
I posted a story on my Instagram and I asked people like what do they think of NFTs, and some people just told me that I'm broke, but the others were like genuinely like they
Like
didn't know
helpful?
what NFTs are.
Oh, okay.
And a good friend messaged me and he said that he is toying around with NFTs a bit, but he still doesn't understand exactly what they. It's not what they do. It's just like the significance of it.
Listen, the easiest way I can explain it is basically consider it as collector's art. Like if you just bought a painting for for Banksy, for example, for a very famous artist, and you hung it in your room, and I came to visit at some point, and I was like, "Hi, that's a nice painting. Where did you get this from?" And you'll be like, "Oh, that's Banksy." I'd be like, "Oh, Banksy seems like a cool artist. I should check out his shit." And I go and buy art from Banksy. That's the easiest way I can explain it. But think of it as digital art instead of like actual art.
I don't mind it at all being valuable art. In fact, like I agree, digital art must be appreciated more. But what I hate is the people flipping NFTs just to make a quick money grab.
Exactly. This is where it gets really, really dangerous because you have an opportunity to actually give an artist royalties for their own creation, and you're basically giving it the value it deserves. Of course, it's going to
No,
depend.
but you're not giving it value that it deserves. Because
Of course, it depends on
let's
the
say
blockchain.
I'm an artist. Let's imagine that I'm an artist and I'm releasing my own special NFTs
Okay.
and I'm marketing each NFT for like 10K. You come along and buy the NFT for 10K, but then you sell
10K
it for
what?
like, I don't know, 50K.
The equivalent of 10K
dollars.
USD, $10,000.
Yeah. I don't know the value of Ethereum or Bitcoins. I'm sorry. And plus that just fluctuates. So
Okay.
in order for this podcast to be eternal,
Fine.
let's just
the
use
equivalent of the
dollars.
10K. And
So I have an NFT for $10,000 and I sell it to you. You go along and you sell it. Hey, it's a limited edition Muhammad Mabsoot NFT art for 50,000. And now basically you are making money off of my art
yeah, exactly.
just because I'm making it exclusive.
But
Now,
you are
in
getting
terms of an artist,
permanent royalties.
with respect to the artist, The artist is being just ripped off. His art is being sold off again and again on the secondary market for much higher than what he sold it.
But
Just because for the sake of exclusivity.
every single time it resells, you get a percentage of that sales. So let's, for
A
example,
percentage of 50,000. The guy just made 40,000. What am I getting? 2,000? 10,000?
It's not fair.
It's stupid. It's not fair. It's not fair to the artist that is toiling and like making sure his art is unique and like going through the risk
dude,
of selling off NFTs.
But that's how art works. Like if you buy an art piece and it increases in value by time, the artist, the actual artist, is not the one profiting from the sale that you just made. So for example, if you acquire a unique piece of art and you sell it after 10 years for times 10 the price, the initial artist ما حيطلع له شيء, he's not going to get anything. So what I'm basically saying is that these royalties protect the artist. And no, he'll always have a revenue stream from this specific piece of art. But I am with you 1000% that flipping NFTs is going to eventually devalue like the entire purpose of why they came into the existence.
Yeah, I mean, if you buy a piece of art that is supposed to be, unique, let's say that you somehow grab a hold of the original copy of the Mona Lisa.
Art is subjective. It could be anything. Literally.
Yeah, its value is that painting hanging on your wall, on your own wall, in your own house, and like you gloating around like, yeah, bitch, I have the fucking Mona Lisa in my house. It's not just like, oh, I made 10K out of selling the Mona Lisa. No. Art is meant to be appreciated and, put on a pedestal instead of like, ooh, this is the new craze, the new fad that I'm making money out of.
I agree. That's very dangerous, and I think this is where the actual loophole is. Where if you ask someone, they will always give you like a blurry answer, because if you ask them point on, what's the actual value of your NFT? What is the actual value of your art piece? It's because the answer is always let's not go there. The answer is still going to be like, it's subjective. It depends on the blockchain. He's going to keep mentioning the blockchain. هوني أنا سؤالي. This is my question. I actually don't know. How does the blockchain come to a certain level where, okay, when you release an NFT, you can either release it either for bidding or at a set price. Yeah, but this is worth $500. You open the bid. If you open the bid and no one bids, you're fucked. You will pay money to post it because you need to pay the gas fees basically to post it. And these gas fees are all in Ethereum, so they're not cheap. So we're talking about the equivalent of 600.
So they're imaginary.
We're talking about the equivalent of $600 to $700 in order to publish an NFT on one of like OpenSea or Rarible or one of the marketplaces. That's the cost. إذا بتحطها bidding and it doesn't get your gas fee, if you don't break even, you're losing money. And if you lose money on your first one, you're not going to be motivated to do another one again. So
it's a very harsh and cruel market. That's
it is.
What I'm
Plus,
trying to say.
What's also fucked up? There is a way for you to publish your NFT without paying gas fees. But a lot of people don't know that. And a lot of people get a lot of other shit mixed up. And then you have this clusterfuck of misinformation going around. And I think personally, I don't think NFTs are for the average Joe.
Yeah.
I don't think
if you don't have
expendable
income.
Exactly. I don't think you should put your entire pension in a fucking monkey picture and a fucking ape. That is the last thing you want to do. Your pension doesn't go to a fucking ape and be like, hello, I would like to pay for my kids' tuition with this monkey. Ooh.
But that app will get you free access to clubs around the world or shit.
Dude, isn't that
Man,
crazy?
It's so stupid. Ya
isn't
Allah.
that crazy? What the fuck? Imagine.
It's so stupid.
I don't think it's stupid. I think it's incredibly interesting in a not so good way. Like it's in a sus way, is it? Because that's gonna open.
Sus.
NFTs are sus.
Yes. Only on the podcast.
Only on Kabas. Kabas ولا NFTs Kabas. Man. شو كنا بنحكي نسيت.
NFTs.
No, but what strain of NFTs? I think the most valuable currency on earth, I think, is attention. Literally. Your attention is the most valuable currency. And any sort of entity that can acquire this currency will be winning 100%. So
That is so true.
what is currently in the lead in grabbing everyone's attention is NFTs. Why? Because they are rich people's toys in order to flip and get richer. Because if you focus on the main players that are making the news, they're not your average trader, investor, NFT flipper who made $400 on an NFT that he sold, and he's like, "Yo, yeah, bro, NFTs are the fucking future." No, the people are making the news are people who are investing more than $30 million in these kind of trades, and they're always this anonymous art collector that's running a secret society under his mom's basement. Like, I don't know, like it's always people like major money movers, and I think
I'm telling you, man, it's extremely suspicious.
like
The whole thing.
when people like that, when powerful people like that with an insane amount of money are the ones moving like the chess pieces when it comes to what flips and what doesn't, and what makes money and what doesn't, this is when it gets dangerous, because realistically there is a blockchain, but what's actually happening is that these people are controlling the blockchain with their millions of dollars. So for example, why did Bored the Ape, the famous Bored Ape, why was it the only one that was an insane hit?
Because the rich people all got together, like, hey, if you buy this ape, I'll give you exclusive access to my
Unironically,
yacht.
this is not a theory. They actually got together
Yeah.
on the Logan Paul podcast. Mr. Beast made an appearance where on the podcast he revealed that he went on a phone call with Gary Vee, and on this phone call was undisclosed billionaires, and they were all like, discussing and talking about NFTs, and then Gary Vee went like full on Gary Vee mode, like exactly, and at some point he was like, "You need to buy CryptoPunk." Period. That's what he said. And Mr. Beast on the podcast, you can hear it. You can actually find it on YouTube. Mr. Beast was like, "I have no idea who this guy is. I have no idea how he sounds crazy to me. I have no idea what the fuck is a CryptoPunk. I have no idea what the fucking NFT is, but he's proven himself to make money. So I put like $1 million with him." He said, and I made way more in the next couple of weeks. This is one conversation that got leaked by Mr. Beast. Can you imagine what happens in the, like behind closed spaces?
I mean, and Mr. Beast is not exactly the world's billionaire. I mean,
He's not, bro. He's not. He literally makes millions a month, and then he puts them back in his videos. If I respect a YouTuber, it's Mr. Beast, to be honest.
Shout out to Mr. Beast. Collab on the 50,000th episode.
Wow. I can't believe we're gonna get Pete Davidson before Mr. Beast. When should we shoot for Adele?
Adele, it's already agreed.
Dude, you know what we should do?
Episode number 2000.
Oh, 2000. Okay, cool. You know what we should do? One, we should fire our fact checker because we don't know Adele. Two, we should release the Kabas
Consider
logo.
yourself fired.
We should
Mabsout.
we should release the Kabas logo as an NFT.
خلاص.
After we took
Starting bid $5.
the biggest shit on the blockchain, we're like, hey, you guys suck. You guys fucking suck. Can you
Now let us make money with you guys.
Can you buy my logo, please? Can you buy my JPEG? What if I show you a perfectly made head of Mabsout? Would that no? Okay.
I'd buy that. TM.
Bro, I'd buy that. I'd tattoo that on my left butt
Babes.
cheek.
Isn't that already tattooed? Anyway.
The song.
ما خصك فيها.
I put a French song on my stories today. The thing is,
No one knows if you're doing it unironically or not.
exactly. Thing is, I'm not. I just like, I like to share what I'm currently like. You always have a song on repeat, And that song, I always like to share that song on my stories, like in a random video, and that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that because everyone would judge. Like, why is the same song on repeat for the
La
past
la
3
la la.
years?
Listen,
So
listen, 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 listen. If we want to talk really, what happens with you? You take things extremely like
yes, I know. I take a video of the sand. I Google sand on Instagram Music, and I put up
exactly,
the first song.
exactly,
It comes
dude. I
up.
can't. I will never forget the time. I don't know how and why you came across sheeps, and you were like literally like goat, sheep, goat, sheep, and you put the first song, and it was like ma 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 ma.
When I put up the vein race stories, it was like 3 stories in a row. So for each
Raise
story, I was
laser.
like veins. The next one was like veins, veins, veins.
Medical equipment.
Hospital.
Nurse on duty.
And yeah, that's the secret. That's why I have so many followers. That's why so many people blocked me.
Oh my god. Can I know some? I wanna ask you this on record. The other day you sent me 7 videos on like privately of you using the X-ray. Can I know why?
Yeah.
Why 7? Like it's it's a video of you doing the exact same thing in the 7 videos.
I showed you the differences. Like I had in one video I had the light on. In another video it
Oh,
was like the
sorry.
contrast
Pardon my
where my
ignorance.
veins are like sparkly and like everything else is not green.
Sorry.
But خلاص, you don't appreciate good art when you see it.
Sorry,
And that's why you'll never understand NFTs.
Sorry, ما عارفين I didn't know you had a studio on your reception بالمستشفى.
Yeah, right, bro. It was inside the medication room.
Wow. يعني in case they don't have CCTV footage, you're telling them exactly where you did it, so they can.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
5th floor.
We should have started
Medication
recording
room.
actually like an hour ago, but my mom called and she was checking up on me and she was like ليه ما حكيتني امبارح, and I was like we did talk yesterday. She was like we did talk for like 5 minutes, and I was like I'm sorry mom, we can talk for more. She was like no بطل بدي احكي معك يلا باي سكر. And she got pissed. She got pissed. You want to hear a funny story about my mom? She was baking a cake like a couple of days ago, and Haram, she was so tired. She was so tired that while she was baking, like doing the things in the cake and stuff, like a metal spoon fell inside the cake, and
And she had to bake it.
and then she was like, well, I'll just remove this later, I'm gonna go take care of something in the other room. And she came back and she completely forgot about it.
Oh my
And
god.
she actually baked the metal spoon inside the cake. And when the cake was done later, my sister was like cutting the cake, and she heard like ding. And she was like mom, what is this? And she was like move over زيحي ما في شيء. And then she was like oh there's a spoon in the cake. And then she was like, how did you bake a spoon in the cake? And then my sister called me. She was like, guess what your mom did? Bro, I had like a bajillion questions. And I was like, mom, were you high? She was like, no, I don't get high. And I was like, okay, how do you justify you baking a spoon inside the cake? She was like, I was high, Khalil, okay? No. I wish you would have said something
It's
like that.
the Khalil Bahlawan version of Galette de Roi.
I have no idea what Galanderwa is.
Come on.
Can you please explain what Galanderwa is?
Galette de Roi. I don't think I'm pronouncing it because I suck in French too. يعني بس at least
too.
I'm better than you are.
I suck at French.
بس
Wallah. Tu parles français?
Oui.
Oui, Anna, je parle français très bien.
Mais
Yalla.
je parle français. Je parle. خلاص, je parle un peu le français. At least I understand French. Back when we were in Paris, you didn't understand shit every time anyone talked to you.
Dude, that was not
So
French.
anyway,
That was not
Galette de Roi-
French. When we were in France, they were not talking French.
In Paris?
Yes,
Yeah, of course.
that wasn't French.
Okay, Khalid. I mean, we can argue on and on, and I'm on your side. French is not a real.
It's not a real language.
I
40 times
literally
4.
just saw a YouTube video where they combined the O and E for if, the egg, and then the plural of eggs is e. You add an S and then the F is silent. Like, what the fuck is
Bro,
this?
you have no idea. You have no idea what Danish sounds like. Is a heck. Danish is literally, bro. There's no grammar in Danish. Like it's literally the simple.
Good
I
luck.
mean, the pronunciation is hard, but thank you. But like the grammar is almost inexistent. Like you would say a sentence like "I is eat," and that's a proper sentence. Like it would literally translate to "I is eaten," and but obviously it makes sense in Danish. But like it would literally translate to like he went cook
Yeah,
or play outside
it's the
cold.
Scandinavian languages. They have a rule of where the verb is always supposed to be the second word in every sentence,
Yeah,
and
I guess.
I find it fucked up, honestly.
I don't know, bro.
Uh,
I don't know. I don't
it's
know.
it's incredibly difficult grammar. I was learning Norwegian a few years back, and yeah, that's one of the things that made me give up. Along with COVID and like my money being held up in the bank.
And the Viking tribe kicking you out of the tribe.
Yes.
Yo, do you wanna?
So anyway, galette de roi
Hey,
is
okay.
when you put a piece of.
Wow, I completely
it's
forgot
usually a
about
crown.
that.
It's usually like it's either a crown or a mini-shaped king inside, and you bake it in a cake.
Oh!
And
Oh,
yeah, we did that.
Oh,
we did that
we did
with
that.
our
Wait, I
Christian
did that.
friends. Yes.
Oh
I
my
think you
god!
got. Did you get it?
I don't
I think
know.
it's you got it because you had the biggest piece of cake.
صح. I was like, okay, thank you. You can have the cake now. Wait, we're playing a game? No one told me about the game.
Hey, so bottom line, your mom just made the Muslim version of galette de roi. Moving on.
Why is it a Muslim version? Because it's a spoon, yani?
لا because it's not a roi. It's not
It's
a
not a
tradition.
roi.
It just happened in a Muslim household.
طب سؤال. What would have
The cake was baked by الحجة.
الحجة فاطمة. What would you have named it إذا كان أصل الكبة?
Galette de us
Okay. Moving on.
is us. I'm assuming we pronounce us in Lebanese مثل ما we pronounce it, مثل ما it should be pronounced in French. Ace. Us.
I said us.
I don't know, man. Us.
Can you imagine someone like turning languages into NFTs? You can't speak Arabic anymore. Pay me.
Keith?
Pay me. Pay me.
How?
Vel.
Khalil, I already don't understand NFTs, so don't take the joke and shove it up its own ass.
No, I won't. Oh man,
It's too meta now.
it's oof. That pun is well placed. It's too meta.
TM.
Can you imagine us like in 10 years all like having virtual meetings inside a fucking metaverse? I mean, you're in the medical field, so I don't know how the metaverse is going to affect that part of the world, but like in terms of like corporate and shit, it seems like everyone's pretty positive about this change. And I don't know, bro, like, I've seen Terminator too many times. Skynet, they're not a bunch of friendly people. I don't know. I have little to zero trust machineries and stuff. I don't know. Because sorry, let me make my point. I think as a human race, I think we do know that we're a piece of shit. Like as a human race, we do know that we fucked up on so many levels. And once you give artificial intelligence the ability to think on its own and give it its own conscience, they will have zero reasoning why they should keep us around, because this is literally a degenerate, self-harming, self-killing race that is leading its own. We're leading our own selves into extinction.
True, Khalil. It's iRobot all over again.
I swear to God, and no one sees it. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, the NFTs are exciting, bro." This is Skynet. They're trying to kill you. Oh my god. Like, can you imagine at some point, Sharafak, please entertain me. At some point, someone's gonna knock on your door and it's gonna be the exact same replica of yourself. It's gonna be like a Mabsoot, but it's gonna be like an AI Mabsoot. And be like, hi, I'm here to replace you. What do you do? Do you fight it? Do you like smoke? You're gonna chill with it? What are you gonna, what would you do? I would kill it! I would throw it out of the fourth floor and be like, listen, you little piece of shit. I would lose it, bro. I would lose it. No fucking machine is replacing me, Mabsoot.
I would just chill with it, honestly. It's, can you imagine having a conversation with yourself, but it not being a mental illness?
Can you imagine having a conversation with yourself, but you're actually smart?
Yeah, I mean, wow. I'm excited for that incident on its own, but I'm not excited for Skynet taking over.
Your sense of humor cannot be found. You'll be like... Was that the rooster?
Yes.
Oh my god. Isn't it like 10 p.m.?
It's 11 p.m.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that is insane.
That guy literally doesn't give me a break.
Dude, that male chicken has no business screaming at 11 p.m.
Man, and they're supposed to wake you up in the morning. It's 11 fucking p.m. Shut up.
Oh my god. I can't believe this is happening live. Oh my god.
And people were telling me that, hey, I'm overreacting. It's just a
No,
rooster.
no,
and it
no,
only
no.
comes
Bro,
up
they
like,
don't
for
understand.
a couple of hours.
They
Like,
don't understand.
He does not
Wait.
have a specific hour.
I don't want to call
or
it
anything. Like, he just...
I don't want to call it a rooster because male chicken sounds funnier. So I'm just gonna continue saying male chicken. Bro, that male chicken is constantly active. I don't think people understand how consistent, bro. If we were consistent with our podcast, as consistent as that Deke is, I swear to God, dude, we would have like Joe Rogan on this podcast right now.
And I'm literally thinking about moving out. And
can't you
my
like
roommate
say
is
something?
Amazing, honestly.
Can't you like say something about it? Can't you complain to? Can't you go to the neighbor and be like, can you kill your cock? Basically,
Can you kill your cock?
can you control
please,
your
sir?
cock, please? It's out of control. It's screaming. It's waking me up. Okay, that's out of context.
Ooh, do you want me to call the cops and be like, there's a rooster under my bed, under my window?
That would be the
He's like,
funny.
okay.
Dude, if you ever do, please let it be on the podcast with loudspeaker. Like we need to. Everyone should hear this conversation. Yes,
I
911.
should be hearing this conversation soon because it's just too much, honestly. I really need to sleep. I'm trying to blame the rooster for my fucked up sleep schedule, but deep down I know it's also me. That's fucked up.
I remember I texted you at like 5 a.m. and I was like, ha ha ha, lol. I was up gaming and I was like, ha ha ha, lol. That story is so funny. And you sent me a selfie of you with fucked up hair. It's like, I haven't slept. It's not funny anymore. I want to kill myself. And everyone related to this rooster.
I mean, it was funny at some point. Like, hey, there's a rooster under my window. Haha, look at this. I'm sure he's only gonna scream at like 7 a.m. when I'm not here, when I'm at work. But no,
Le Coq
that
Sportif.
bitch is relentless. Le Coq Grande. If you've seen,
I know what
The
it is.
Love Guru.
Yes, I know exactly where that's from. Oof, I love that movie. A lot of people hate it, but I love it. صراحة.
It's the best worst movie you can watch.
Blow me. Blow. Okay. I'm gonna blow. I'm gonna add a clip so people know what we're talking about.
Say to Prudence, be loving and open-hearted with my emotions. TM.
You better stop right there.
Bloom is a good way to remember that. Bloom, yeah. Bloom. Yeah, bloom. Bloom. You should stop.
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
So basically, to wrap
to
up,
wrap up.
going back to this NFT thing, going back to this NFT business, I just want to wrap up by adding that people are saying that these NFTs are eventually going to replace like skins in games. So we're both gamers. You play Dota, I play a bunch of games, you know. So imagine like the skin that you have inside the game would be an NFT and you would carry it with you to another game and it would stay the same like visually, like the same aesthetics. And multiply that
To
by
another game, like aren't skins supposed to be, unique to every game?
yeah, but like think about it in the broad perspective of like the metaverse and like games being created inside the metaverse. So, for example, now as we speak, there
Oh,
are
okay.
games inside the
Yeah,
metaverse,
yeah, yeah.
and inside those games, you can play as your own character, and your character can be wearing whatever NFT that you actually own, you know. And I don't know if that's the future, honestly, because a lot of big countries have already banned cryptocurrencies, like China, for example, and mind you, China, is a huge part of the world of the global economy. It's a huge part of the global economy, and a superpower like that banning cryptocurrency, I don't think it's a good thing per se because it's like limits freedom, blah blah blah. But I don't think it's the future. I don't think it's this big time future that everyone's talking about. I just think it's like it's a new thing. It's here to stay, but like it's not. It's just an added value to our daily lives. I don't think at some point I'll have an NFT mabsoot, and we'll just hang out in the metaverse. No, we're still gonna be hanging out. I don't know. Maybe the boomer in me is talking. Maybe because we're almost 30, we're starting to have these existential crises where we hate Gen Zs, and we
Yes.
and we I mean we started a podcast, so we're checking the list. So I don't know, bro. I don't know.
What's the best boomer thing you can do? Start your own
We just
podcast
wanted the window. We just wanted the platform where we vent.
where we
Anyway,
vent and rant about us being old.
yeah, and my mom baking spoons and cakes. Anyway, everyone loved you doing the outro.
One thing I wanted to say is that with China banning cryptocurrencies, there are a lot of other countries that are adopting cryptocurrencies as one of their official
Yeah,
currencies, like El Salvador and a lot of countries in Southern America.
yeah.
So
It's not just China, by the way. A lot of countries are banning cryptocurrency other than China. It's just China came to mind first.
do you think it's because of the affiliation of cryptocurrency with the black market,
I think it's
the dark web?
purely, like a very simple answer would be it's because it's decentralized. That's the only reason they would ban it. Because they can't
Is
control
it
it.
taxable though? Like, can you tax cryptocurrency?
اوكي هلا عم تفتح موضوع ما له حدود برو. يعني I asked this question.
Only on the Kabas podcast.
Dude, I asked this question to one of our friends.
حيث لا يجرؤ الآخرون.
حيث لا يجرؤ الآخرون. one of our friends is actually like like a financial guru, and I was like, listen, if you make money in Denmark out of an NFT or out of cryptocurrency, for example, is that money like is it taxable? He went explaining for 30 minutes, and I had no idea what he was talking about. He explained it. I swear to God, bless his soul.
Haram.
Bless his soul.
Thank you, Morton.
Wow. His name is Carl. Wow, okay. He went on explaining it for so long. He went into depth. He went into it depends how much you make. It depends where you make it. It depends which blockchain. It depends how you cash it in. It depends if you cash it in on a stable coin or what's a stable coin is a cryptocurrency pegged to the US dollars. But anyway, it was so much information that my head exploded. I was like, listen, thank you. I understood nothing. Don't repeat. I was looking for a yes or no. I was literally looking for a yes or no answer, and the answer is yes, it is taxable. So
Okay.
I don't know how, dude. I don't know how. Like, if I make money out of an NFT, and the government wants to take like half of the money that I made out of that NFT, I don't want to do it anymore. Like It's because I'm not
Is
gonna
it
make.
worth it?
Yeah. Like personally, when I buy my first NFT, it's not going to be to flip it. It's because I appreciate the message behind it. Because a lot of people are doing NFTs left and right now. Okay, but like
Yeah.
very little NFTs have like a message, and that's what art is. So if you're an artist and you're just throwing shit at people and be like, yeah, I drew this, I drew this, I drew this, something. But when you're an artist and you're like, I drew this, it means 1, 2, 3. I drew this, it means XYZ. That's something else completely.
And that's why this is an NFT, because I want this art to be like
Exactly.
immortalized
Exactly.
forever on the
Exactly.
digital world.
Exactly.
And that's exactly
Let-
what I want NFTs to be.
Exactly.
And that's exactly why I hate NFTs right now, because it's everything they're not. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was like a more topic-centered podcast.
Yeah, so it was a
and
bit
I
different.
think we will be doing, I think we will be doing this more often. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, random shit.
Yeah.
And I hope you like this.
Tell us what you
let
think.
us know what you.
Tell us what you think in the
what
comments.
do you think about NFTs?
Tell us what you think in the comments. Tell us if you think this is a good idea, because we're going to be doing more of this way more often. If you have topics that you would like us to talk about and explore, please also feel free to reach out. We're trying around with the Kabas podcast. We don't have rules, basically. Sometimes you get some shits and giggles. Sometimes you get some serious, deep conversation that will make you question your existence and, probably invest in NFTs.
Blow your mind.
Blow your mind.
Blow your mind. لازم تحط الكليب or else they won't
هحط لك
understand.
don't worry about it.
Thank you guys for tuning in and
يلا
peace out on
باي.
the Kabas podcast. Bye.
Kabas, bye.